Hello, sir. Namaste.
Just give me a minute, please. Just give me. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just, we are live on YouTube. So great. Thank you. Yeah. I'm sorry. Who was it? I could not gather who it was.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Namaste.
Hi. Namaste, Mitaji. Hi.
Yeah. This is me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just mute
Namaste, sir.
everybody. Namaste, Hemaji. So I'll mute everybody so that we can start. Anybody wanting to speak can unmute yourself and speak and mute again. Thank you. So
Namaste.
Namaste. Yeah. Shashikala ji, please unmute mute yourself. Please mute
Oh, yes,
everybody.
yes, yes.
Mute yourself, please. Thank you. So I'll start now because so what do we now? Something which is a very important topic for us, but somehow always it's given under the rope. Please mute yourself. Please don't. Please mute everybody yourself. Alok ji, please mute. So we speak every day with different dimensions in different ways. And what happens where we are into, we're carrying a lot of baggages. It's if you see, initially in India, we used to have someone called porters, who used to pick all your baggages and take you from the railway station or even the airports to your car, right? Then, of course, now you've got trolleys, so you carry your own luggages. So that's predominantly in India. Still, we have porters. That's a different part. But this is a luggage which is visible. Now, there are luggages which are not visible to you. How do we go about our day-to-day life in terms of living life? I always prefer saying this. You should live life queen size or king size, depending on your gender. So how many people really live life queen size or king size? Can you please, can we have a raise of hands on the show? Whoever are there or whoever wants to raise it on the icon, that's fine. So how many people really live life queen size or king size? Great. I'm seeing some hands. So at least we are being honest. So yeah. I would applaud you on your honesty. That's really nice. And so what happens is, there is nothing to stop us from living life queen size or king size. Thanks, Markamji. Thanks, Jain. Thanks, Ruchi. Thanks, Gitika. Thanks, Somaji. So there's nothing to stop us from living life queen size or king size. So let me just take you to this modality which I know as the trauma busting inner child healing system. This is a system. Why do I call it a system? So what is a system? System is something which has a capability, it gives some certain functions, and it delivers some output, right? A system, you input, let's say, some raw material, and then it gets out into a finished good. So why I call this a system is that when I draw a symbol, so I'll share with you how it works, maybe in a bit, in a nutshell. When I draw a symbol and send it towards you, it starts clearing you, right? So when it starts clearing you, so like in a refrigerator, you have kept some material which is fresh, some material which is a bit stale, some material which has already passed its expiry. Maybe you have not done your. So we do good housekeeping in our so-called refrigerator or in our cupboard in our home. But when it comes to us, we don't do the same housekeeping for ourselves. Because first of all, we don't even know what to do. What is there really to stop us? Many people live in oblivion. At least I would congratulate a lot of you who were you are having a lot of awareness about yourself, which is again applaudable, because it needs an applaud that you are able to at least find out that what is wrong with me. 90% of the people are majority not even aware what's problem or what they are facing. So anyway, so I'll just take you. So when I clear that stuff out, which is not working for you, and then what happens is we fill you with green healing energies, white purification cleansing keys energies, now turquoise for giving you. So I'll give you more details on that. So we fill you with angel energies, and then with clarity of thought, and make you karmic. So you be in line with your karmic awareness, which means you are aligned with your blueprint, right? So that is how we start and we end. So how this thing came into my awareness is that there is I somewhere in 2018 and 19 I visited some different old age homes and even some orphanages. Now these old age homes and orphanages were basically having a lot of these people, like old people and children who are orphans. So these are, to be very frank, my heart went out to them when I went to visit them, right? So when I went there and I came back, I was having a lot of questions in my mind. Although I knew these things are there, but when you go and meet them, when you spend time with them, the kind of energies which they give you, an old age home where my wife used to go and celebrate their birthdays. We used to celebrate these festivals together. So my wife used to do that a lot. I went for the very first time, and it just struck me like, I don't know, you call it a slap or you call it whatever you call it, something struck me so hard that I started thinking, and I started reaching out to my master saying that what can we do to clear so much of grief? Now, these children, these old people, they give you a lot of love, but internally, if you see them, they have so much of grief that the moment you even give them, say them a thank you, or, just wish them, how are you? So they feel so happy and so proud. So I just wanted to think about that. So this is happening in 2018 and 2019. The masters somewhere in 2000. So basically after that, COVID struck. On 24th of March, India went into a lockdown, as a lot of countries. For a month, there was so much of panic. I think there was more misinformation than information. And that was putting us into so much of disarray and so on and so forth, right? And my masters, they're so superb. Just after a month of into the lockdown, when I was just sitting and doing my normal meditation, I just saw a passing glimpse of a process. And for a moment, I was not able to see. Basically, even if we get something, we are logically aligned to why did it come to me? What happened? What is it? What is it? What is it? So, we don't know what is happening. So 1 or 2 days, it went into that. My own questioning, my own, like we become the Federal Bureau of Investigation or the CBI or whatever you call it, So we do that in our mind. So 2 days I went about that. On the third day, I saw Mahatar Babaji, and he basically kind of showed us child and an old man to me. Then it struck me. Oh, I said, oh my God, this is what it is. So that is how the trauma-busting inner child healing system came into the place. Now, how it works. Prior to convention, so this is how I downloaded it on 24th April 2020. And 3 days later, I actually realized what it is. And on 27th of April 2020, I did it for myself first. And the way I downloaded it was different than conventional one. The conventional, what the psychologists feel is that between 5 to 7 to 14, this is the year. So between 5 and 14 years, that is the time a child's habits, culture, nature, and how they behave is formed during that time. So that is correct to a major extent. But another thing which is there, is as you grow, like for example, if you see after marriage, you go through a lot of changes, right? You have to change homes, you have to go into different stranger people around you, and so many new relations coming across to you, and you basically go through some changes there also. So somewhere this may be correct, 5 to 14, but I'm saying there is more to it than what we actually presume or assume. Even to that extent, people do carry. So as you grow in life, these blocks become more and more solid, more and more solid, more and more solid. So because why? Because, for example, if you have experience and you fail one time, you fail 2 times, you fail 10 times, the 10th time, your failure will be so high that you may not even try for the 11th time unless someone really motivates you. So then it becomes a full-fledged block till the time it is an implant. So that is how we live with our life in all kind of limitations. Like for me, a lot of astrologers and everybody said that you cannot do business or you cannot run an enterprise, right? So that was a big, big block for me. Even when I was thrown totally out, I was out of a job in 2019 and I had only light work to do. I only had healing to do. I did that with all my best efforts, but I don't know what I didn't know what to do, because someone was telling me in my mind, oh, hey, you're doing business, you will go into, you'll waste everything, you'll lose even your home. So that someone has planted that in my mind. But that was my wife who used to tell me, do get a job, get a job, get a job, get a job. So I said that I'm trying. It's not that I'm not trying, but I'm not getting it. As simple as that. So let me do what I'm doing, so that at least it has the home fires burning, things like that. Anyway, so because of so many modalities and other things, I was able to clear those blocks of not being able to do business and things like that. And by the grace of Almighty, by the grace of Mahavatar Babaji, for the last 4.5 years, I'm doing a business. I don't know whether I can call it a business or what. Ultimately, this is what is running, making my home fires burning. So I think I can call it a business somewhere in the, of course, I'm helping people. All those things are right, but ultimately it is making me live my life as whatever you call it. So in short, all those people, maybe 100 astrologers told me you cannot do business. Now I'm not challenging them. Maybe what they were saying was correct, but there is a bigger power which can tell you that even an impossible says, I am possible. And who makes it possible? Anybody can tell me who can make it possible. Anybody.
Me.
Superb. I really applaud your each of us. Yes. Each of us means don't make it each of us. It is me. I can make it. I and only I. I will fail, or ourselves. No, Diksha, not ourselves. So you're again, passing the load to others. No, I will be able. So here the I is not an ego. Here the I is basically in terms of a gratitude being who knows. So basically there are two factors to this. One is I am the creator. One, I am nothing. So I am the creator means I will put my 100% effort in living life queen size or king size. As far as the outcome is concerned, I am nothing. I am the soul. I am everything. I am the creator. Richa Shuklaji. So anyway, we are just digressing from this thing, just to make you aware that you and only you can make or break yourself. Nobody else. Now let's proceed to the other factor, which I did mention about. I will just take you a bit into detail about how these emotions, these things make us in limited spaces. You may have gone through certain aspects. Some of you who may be in the psychological realm maybe would be aware, but I will just request you to. Now, there is something in the brain at the back of the head which is known as amygdala. It is an almond-shaped gland, right? Amygdala. The amygdala is known as the heart of the brain. It is known as the heart of the brain. Now you'll say, what sort of crazy man he is? We always say heart is different, brain is different. But the amygdala is the heart of the brain. How? Amygdala has this capability of, like, you see a movie, if you see the same movie 10 times, right, you'll remember everything, right? So that is how this amygdala recreates those sequences which are maybe traumatic, fearful, or whatever. Now, we as human beings have cortisol and dopamine. Cortisol is basically the way our body is made. It is supposed to be reacting in, like, for example, even if you have a baby tomorrow, like a baby is being formed inside you, initially the body looks at it like an external entity and attacks it also. I'm sure most of you must be aware of that, right? So that is how the body's defense mechanism will first make you say no or something like that, right? So that is our way of immediate reaction. But what I'm saying, don't remain in that negative or regressive reaction. Come out of that and immediately find your strength. So make your weakness your strength is what I'm trying to tell you. So this is what the amygdala's work is, to tell you your weakness, and so that you can convert it into your strength. The problem is, because we maybe take too many people's opinions around us, and a lot of people will give us different opinions. Yes, Suma, that's correct. We basically end up being negative, whereas the amygdala is supposed to make us positive. Now, what does amygdala give us? It gives us fears. F-E-A-R-S, fears. Anybody has the full form of fears? I'm sure people who have had, yeah, anybody can share? What is the full form of fears? Now, in the Google, if you see, it will say false evidence appearing real, right? All that will pop up in the Google. I had downloaded a different version 2 years back, exactly 2 years, January 2022, which is known as Future, Future Empowerment Awareness Response System. So for a future event where the masters or whatever, our own system wants us to get empowered. So this is an awareness response system which is created where we get fears, so that we are aware that we have to grow, so we have to take those steps, right? So this is how the fears are actually empowering agents, not diminishing agents. So just try to change your perspective about fears. The moment you face your fears, you will start seeing them as friends, not as foes. That is the main objective why fears come to you. Anyway, so that is amygdala, which creates the trauma, which basically there are 7 types of trauma. We will look at it separately, how each trauma basically affects you. Now, there are even body organs, which is known as the viscerals. The viscerals are where there are mainly known as 5 viscerals. One is the lungs, heart, liver, kidneys, and spleen and pancreas, pancreas, and even the large intestine, the gallbladder, and even the pancreas are affected by emotions. So these are the things which are affected by emotions. Now, if I just take you through this, and trauma, I told you amygdala, anger is affecting the liver and gallbladder. This gives you heat and numbness. It will give you headache and hypertension. You will have this recording on YouTube. So anybody wanting can reach out to me on you can note down, and you can basically I'll send the link of the YouTube. I'll put my number on the on the chat at the round about the end. Then another thing which is a shock. Happiness is also an imbalance. How many people were aware of this? Happiness is an imbalance. Why? Now, happiness, there are two types of happiness. Like I'll share with you my incident. Happiness, which I had gone through, like I was in Africa for 2 years. I had gone for a work there and came back after 2 years. So, when I was coming back to Africa after 2 years, I was supposed to meet my family, and there were 2 nights which I had to, like, it would take maybe 24 hours because there was a waiting time in between. So I did not sleep a wink. I did not sleep 1 second. Next day morning, 10:30 was my flight. Full night I was awake like an owl. And even on the flight, I was completely awake, as if what is sleep, I don't know. I was so excited to meet them. It went to that extent that I became even agitated with the air hostess and things like that, because I was getting hyper. I wanted to meet them. So what is happiness giving you? Agitation, overstimulation, insomnia, which happened in my case. I have gone through that. And palpitations. These are the things which come from over happiness. Secondly, yes, restlessness is also one thing which comes from it. And over and above that, you get fearful that if I'm so happy and God forbid any sad moment comes, you will just go into a trauma or whatever you call it. Kindly keep everybody on mute, please. So that is why I call it an imbalance. Because if you become too happy, sadness will become like, you will just break down at the, even people may get into stress, anxiety, I don't know what sort of depression the moment they want, they think about any, or for that matter, even if you look at the news, you get sad, you get terrorized by the news, a normal news, because today you look at news, it's all about all the negative things happening in the world. This war, he killed, that is, this guy shouting. So you should have the courage to listen to even that, because it is not affecting you, right? Nothing should affect you because you are courageous, which is why I say live life coincides. So nothing should deter you. Nothing should stop you on your path. So happiness. Procrastination is another thing which affects the heart and the spleen. This also basically gives you agitation. Again, then disharmony. It drains you. Has it happened with you? If you overthink, it will drain you. It is something like storm in a teacup. Have you heard of that? A teacup, if you blow air into the teacup, it will just, as if it will, there is even tsunami will come, everything will come, but nothing will happen in your world as such. So this is what they say, a storm in a teacup, which has, you have finished everything, you have destroyed everything, but nothing has actually gone, only your mind has created that scenario for you. So procrastination is basically disharmony, draining you, lethargy. It leads to indigestion, gas, and bloating. Now, sadness, grief, and anxiety. These are some very things which are, I would say, it's like everybody goes through them at some period in their life. This affects your heart, the lungs, and the intestine, large intestine. This basically gives you fatigue, shortness of breath, ulcerative colitis. So basically, sadness along with anger can give you even cancer, which we will talk about now. Muscle cramps, brain fogging, insomnia, and palpitations again. Then fear, again, which I mentioned. The fear, your friend, is actually killing you, because if it is affecting the kidneys, the heart, and Also the knee. The knee problem generally comes up for people who harbor a lot of fears in their lives. So what it can lead to? Cancer, UTI. UTI means urinary tract infection. Insomnia again, palpitations, negative vibrations, neurological imbalance. A lot of people have a lot of sciatica pain, right? So that comes from fears again. Panic feelings, anxiety, stress. So these are the things which are there. Now, let me talk about some different things. Yeah, being an empath, you definitely get more affected, or rather more aware. Affected is your choice, because the same awareness you can use as a weapon to first heal yourself and then others. So now trauma, I'll just take you, why I'm telling you all the negative things, because I'm just trying to tell you that these are realities in life. You cannot run away from these things. I'm sorry if anybody is feeling overwhelmed, please let me know. But these are the realities of life. Yeah. So trauma, there are 7 types of known trauma. One is the PTSD. The PTSD is basically post-traumatic stress disorder. This cannot come overnight. After a traumatic accident, it takes about 2-3 months, 6 months time to develop into a PTSD. And then, God forbid, it can develop into schizophrenia and various other things, bipolar and so many more things. So anyway, that's a possibility. I'm not saying it happens always, but there are people who come out of it also. Then acute stress disorder, ASD. An acute stress disorder will become a PTSD. That is how it flows up. So an acute stress disorder becomes a PTSD in future. Then there is a second-hand trauma. All people in the medical field, in the nursing departments, all healers, like for example, people who are healing, they listen to a lot of sob stories. So even they get affected. So that second-hand trauma comes from those experiences. Like maybe if you look at a person in like a nurse or a doctor who's regularly looking at these casualty patients, so he or she looks at all those patients with all that trauma and all those things. So that kind of affects them also. So that is a second-hand trauma, which is another third of them. Now, reactive attachment disorder. The fourth trauma is reactive attachment disorder, or the RAD. Now, this is basically for people who are used to transfer jobs. Let's say people who are in government department who are getting transferred, or maybe let's say even army people in the defense forces, they are transferred pretty regularly. So the children there blame themselves at the end of the day for that they are being transferred so often that they are not getting a person who is confiding, who they can confide with or whatever. And they end up becoming like they get into a shell. So that is known as RAD, reactive attachment disorder. Then there is a disinhibited social engagement disorder. The same RAD is the one where you get into a shell. The DSED is where the child or the person starts showing off their powers and their energies. And that DSED person who shows off, they want to show off their power, their knowledge and awareness and things like that. Those are the ones which get easily, they can, like, for example, these fraudsters, they are easy game for those fraudsters. Because, the moment they challenge this person, that person starts showing off, and then they just scheme off or release, get that money from him or her. And that is how the DSED works. So that basically, even strangers, they will make as friends. And all they might kidnap this child and go away. So all those things are there. Then there is this adjustment disorders. For example, 1.5 years back, I had come to this new society. So initial 5-6 months in a new society, in a new country, in a new city, you have adjustment disorders which you go through in life. So that adjustment disorders may be there for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Some may carry it for long also, and some may get depressed because of that also. So these are the adjustment disorders where you are going into a new locality. Mostly children who face divorce are the ones who also are affected due to this. Then there is other and unspecified trauma and stress. So anyway, that's a mix of everything, or all and some of them, sort of. So here we have spoken about this. I will now take you through how the process works. The process works like this, that we have cellular memory. Anybody is aware how many cells, cellular memory do we have in our body? How many cells do we have in our body? Anybody is aware? Yes. Trillions is correct.
72 trillions?
Yeah, it's 60 to 84 trillion cells. 60 to 84 trillion cells. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yeah. So 60 to 84 trillion cells we carry in our body. That's the kind of huge things. So, so even our skin, our body fluids, our blood is all filled with these cells. Each cell carries a memory. That is the vastness of the knowledge or information which flows within the human body, not only in neurons, but even each cell has a memory. So what we do, we call upon the cellular memory of a particular, am I audible? Okay, Shilpi, I think something wrong with maybe your this thing. Just
Yes, yes. Yeah, you are very much audible.
Thank you. So somewhere, so for example, I am 56th running year, right? So I call upon my 56th running year. So for example, today we are in February. So February to August. August is the month of my birth. So February to August, we call the cellular memory for the 56th running year. And I have a symbol, which is a very, very powerful symbol. Yes, you're right. They carry from past lives as well, which is where gives it a more dimensional this thing. Shilpi, you're right. So I sent the symbol to the cellular memory for the 56th running year, right? So I send the symbol and I release. The symbol goes like a vacuum cleaner. How the symbol was downloaded is another very interesting story, but I will share that after this process. So when I send the symbol, it clears the whole thing like a vacuum and releases it. After it releases it, there is a lot of empty space. All the negative is released, positive remains, and then there is a negative, so a lot of empty space. What we do, we then heal it with the green, white, turquoise. The green is the healing energy of Raphael. White is the purification, cleansing, peace energy of Gabriel. Turquoise is of Haniel. What Haniel gives? Intuitive awareness within you. Why? Why is it required? So that you can relate to what, because we end of the day think, why am I releasing? What am I releasing? A lot of people say that, oh, why did I release so much? Even I left out some good memories. Nothing of that sort happens. Anyway, it's just for your intuitive awareness, we do that. Then the blue energy of Michael, shielding and tranquility. Violet, forgiveness. Violet is for forgiveness and releasing any less than God energy, transmutating them into white light. Yes, Poonam, recording will be there. You will have to contact me on my mobile number, which I will put at the end of the session. So violet is for transmutating any less than God energy, and pink is what? My favorite color, unconditional love. So the green, white, turquoise, the blue, violet, and pink light fill that void, that gap. And then we call upon Lord Metatron. Lord Metatron gives clarity of thought and grounding. He grounds you completely. And Lord Melchizedek fills you with courage. And once he fills you with courage, what happens? You face your fears and healing is complete. Then Saint Germain with his violet flame of transmutation burns that particular your cellular memory. So that 156th running year is healed. Then we go to the 55th. The same whole process follows for that. Again, 54, 53, 52, going right up to the first year. And then someone mentioned past life memories, past life things, right? So we have an answer for that also. Then we heal your mother's womb. Because why is that important? Anybody has any thoughts around this? But the mother's womb, why it is important to clear? Because when your mother carries you, she has certain emotions for you, certain emotions for a child, certain anxiety, stress, anger, whatever her challenges, she also passes on towards you. And you, due to your free will, accept some of them and carry them with you. It is called mirror imaging. So you mirror image your mother, somewhere your mother, because the moment you see your mother, definitely you want to follow it as an idol, your ideal, or your idol or whatever. Now, her challenges may not be your challenges, but you do carry them. So what we do with that womb cleansing, whatever is for your highest good remains with you. Whatever is not for your highest good, we clear it off. That way, whatever is for your highest good will remain with you, and not required, out, shoved out, released. After that, we call upon your karmic board members. So when we cleanse the womb, you're not there in the womb. Then we do the whole process of green, white, turquoise, blue, violet, and pink light. Lord Metatron, Lord Melchizedek, burning in the violet flame. And after that, one more process gets added. We call upon your karmic board members to send the liquid diamond energy, filling up the mother's womb. So when you come in that womb, all your karmic awareness will be there, waiting for you. And then when you come into the womb, we again heal you with the green, white, turquoise, the blue, violet, and pink light, Lord Metatron, Lord Melchizedek, burning in the violet flame, and also this liquid diamond energy will fall on you. So any past life challenges which you are unnecessarily carrying with you will also get washed out. Then you come to the current year, again, healing you from the womb, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up to the 56th year. So reverse at the source, at the root cause, and then forward. Complete healing. Now, that is how this works. Anybody has any thoughts around this? Yes, 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 yes. Then space in between, and even current from that to the current year back again. So you're completely healed. Thanks, Mahalajendra. So that's how it works. Now, I'll give you some interesting things around how this the works. We have cleared it from the physical space. We have cleared it from your cellular memory. Now, we still have some more things. Thank you, Charan Kupalkar. We still have some more energies because we are human beings, right? So we carry habit energies. We carry addiction energies. So we still will carry some part of that thoughts or some part of that negativity will carry in our mind or in our processes. How do we release that? It took me 2 months to record that audio, which I gave for every person to listen for 30 days. After the reading, you listen to that audio for 30 days, your habit energy, your subconscious blocks, your unconscious blocks, everything will get wiped out. It's something like your whole body will be as per factory setting. If you know your mobile, if you give it for formatting, they will tell you, all the data will get wiped out. So this is exactly what we do for you. But in your case, the good memories will remain, the bad memories will go out. That's how this process works. So it took me 2 months to record that audio, which I give out as basically a part of the clearing process. It's something like after surgery, you have to take post-surgery medication. So this is a post-healing audio, which you have to listen for 30 days. And after you listen for 30 days, you're completely healed. That is how this process works. So when initially I launched Ma Rashko Sen, So I was doing it with my own hands, like, Reiki, we pull the string and detach, pull the string and detach. So I used to do that like this. But somewhere 1 year after that, Ma Rashkosel from Andromeda Galaxy, she gave me a download, and I actually downloaded a symbol which was for this process. And that symbol, if you know about, in India, we have Lord Krishna who carries the Sudarshan Chakra, right? So that Sudarshan Chakra can go around and even cut anybody's neck or clear anything within a second. In fact, I later on noticed that if you look at the design of that symbol, it will be given to those who will be attending the class. The design of that symbol is similar to the Sudarshan Chakra. I did not realize this, but when I was doing it, one of the students told me that this is similar to Sudarshan Chakra, which is Lord Krishna used to use for clearing things. So this is it clears the same, in the same way, in-depth cleansing. And I have seen people getting so emotional at the end of the session. Even I can make out their energies being due to my intuitive awareness. So that's how this process works. The womb healing, the Binduri symbol, the meaning of that symbol is to integrate your energies. Post the, so something like release the negative, infuse the positive, and basically integrate your body into a powerful unit. So as a person, as a human being, we have a power where we can do anything. We can achieve anything in life, right? We have gone to the moon, we have gone to Mars, I don't know where all we have gone, to the space stations, we have reached even the sun in terms of whatever proximity we can go. We have even gone to various other locations. Forget about that. This is what we have physically achieved. I had been to Andromeda in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. Ma Rashkosel took me there. Yeah, you can say it's a DNA. It's a DNA, not, I would not say activation process, a DNA completely rehaul process, you can say that way. Even your ancestral issues can be resolved. So it's a DNA rehaul process. Do you have a car? If you have a car, one of your mechanic will tell you your whole engine needs to be rehauled, because maybe a lot of instruments have gone bad. So you need to rehaul your. So this way your DNA is being rehauled. So, that is how I look at it. I try to get these examples because it is easier to understand. Yeah. How many days does the healing take? According to you, Shilpiji, how many days should it take? How many days, according to you, it should take? It takes only, if you listen to my tagline, which I had used, release trauma of decades in minutes. Yeah, correct. Multiple days. Here, for a person who is 50-year-old, I take 1 hour for doing the whole process. What I did mention to you just now. It is as fast as that. So basically, you have a car going at 40 kilometers per hour. You have a car going at 100 kilometers per hour. This car goes at 500 kilometers per hour in terms of cleansing. That is how best it is. Yeah. So then I would also talk about some more attributes which come about when we talk about, like in these last 5 days. I first of all thank all of you for having spent time on the group and given your valued inputs, I would say. And there are certain things which have come from there. A lot of us get into self-destructive or disintegrative habits. Why do we get into self-destructive habits? Because somewhere we don't value ourselves. Somewhere we are completely feeling that we are very small. So we don't give ourselves importance. I'm not saying have ego, but don't demean yourself. Don't disintegrate yourself. Don't hate yourself the way you do. So when you say, a mother, if the mother has to give love to the child, yes, if the mother has to give love to the child, she doesn't have to call it from anywhere. It will come from her. But if she is filled with only anger and only, she has just faced the anger, all the, the muck of the world is sitting there, that love will come. But it may not be to that extent. Of course, for a mother, still it will come from somewhere. But what about you? Why are you lagging behind? Why are you getting affected by health issues? Why are you affected by, I mentioned those, whatever is affecting your gallbladder, your kidneys, your blah, 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 your heart, your cancer, God, I don't know. I don't want to even name them, but they are actually growing in numbers. That is the sorry state of affairs. Then there is something called spine problems. Spine problems comes from a lot of instabilities. A lot of instability. The person who has seen a lot of instability, maybe brutality of not only hitting nature, even emotional brutality is very, very hard to go through, So now I will just, before I proceed, I would just like to open it up for your comments, whatever, maybe if someone has anything to ask, or if someone wants to ask anything, if someone wants the reading to be done, because we have, in fact, two processes. Yeah, Somaji. We have two, by the way, we have got two demos lined up. So please don't go anywhere. There is so much to happen, and we'll try to wrap it up fast. I've gone very fast. I hope everybody understood. I hope it was crystal clear. Even Ma Alijandra's cat is also vouching, saying that I also understood everything, right? So
Yes, yes. Everything was understood.
Thank you. Yeah, Somaji. You're muted. You're muted. Somaji, you're muted.
Just
Yeah.
हेलो
Yeah.
नमस्ते सर मैंने
Namaste.
ये कोर्स अटेंड किया एंड मेरी डॉटर के लिए भी किया एंड आई गॉट सो मच बेनिफिट जो कि जब दोबारा आपने बोला so again I ask you whether I can join this like today's session
Yeah.
so that if there is something which I missed
Yes.
I will get the benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, initially it took time, like it's not a magical, but yeah, that instant, that openness comes immediately.
Yes.
I'm going to be all right, or
Yes.
I'm going to accept. Definitely the acceptance has increased a lot,
Yeah.
and the state of happiness has increased.
Yeah.
Like that contentment, that is also has increased. It's not that I don't feel sad or bad, but those are momentary,
Yes.
that like if it used to be like 1 or 2 days, now it's just 5 minutes.
Great.
Like
Superb.
if there is something with any of the family members, of course
Yeah.
I feel bad, but within 5-10 minutes I know ki these are not worth to spend time on.
Exactly.
So that is it, teach you life's lesson.
Superb.
So I am really glad for this session.
Thank
and in my reading you said that 65% I am affected. So
Yeah.
I picked up well, but there are certain things which I need to learn from today's so I am just looking forward to it. Thank you, sir.
Superb. In fact,
Thank you,
I
sir.
always encourage people to take the learners or the practitioners course. See, what happens is that each day which we live, every week, every 15 days which we live, every month that we live, there will be some challenges which will come up also. It's not that our journey is over. We are not,
No.
we are still living life, right? So maybe those challenges are gone, what we carried, but maybe, so basically you have a family who is not healed as maybe you, right? So maybe, like for your example, people around you are not healed. They still carry the same stigma. So you're still affected by those people. But as you rightly said, I'm not saying that this thing will not have, you'll not have any sadness after this. But you're now aware that you don't, even if you become sad, it is okay to be sad. It is okay to be thinking maybe too much, but don't remain there. Yeah. Berlin, I will tell you. In fact, someone else asked me about the 70, I think I'm forgetting the name, but someone spoke about 75%. What I mean by 75%, which I mentioned on the Telegram group. So I will mention, some people I mentioned 90%. So what I mentioned there is that 75% of the inner child issues are affecting your growth or your abundance in life. So when I speak about abundance, abundance is not a destination. It is the way I think. It is the way I act. It is the way I react or the way I live life in abundance. That is how abundance is all about. So somewhere that 65%, 90%, 75%, in one case I even said 100% it is affecting you, which means that person would be really going through a lot of hell. So these are all basically on the basis of, one, your answers, the way you gave me the answers, and second, I did an intuitive awareness, intuitive reading for you. So both these put together, I gave you that answer. So that is one. Berlin, you spoke about RAD and DSED. So RAD is, as I said, reactive attachment disorder, and the other is disinhibited social. So basically, the other is disinhibited social engagement disorder. So RAD and DSED are mostly due to same circumstances, where, for example, people are there on normal transfer jobs, like, one year for 2 years in one city, 2 years in another city, 2 years in another city. So like that, your full life, you have been in various cities, maybe 10 cities, 20 cities. So that what happens is that the child goes through a lot of trauma, where this child either goes into a shell because of whatever the bullying, and maybe they blame themselves that I am to blame because of this. Some people also make it, it is because of you only, because of you, your father is doing that. Some people do say it jokingly, but unfortunately, the child will not understand. They take it as a trauma for themselves. So RAD is where the child gets into a shell. DSED is where he opens up to that extent that the child becomes bold for no reason. And then that child is affected, and maybe, it's something like they will even befriend or make strangers their best friends and things like that. So likewise, they may get kidnapped. The RAD people will have different issues. They will not be good leaders. They will not be able to lead a team because they are so, so basically one has inferiority complex, RAD. The other has superiority complex, the DSED. So Sonali ji, 3 years I have been changed, almost 6 to 7. Yeah. So Berlin, that happens. That happens because of that. So there are two things which come here. One is the DSED, RAD, or even the adjustment disorder. So these three become your factor if you have been changing residences too much. Now, motion sickness is something which I will have to see the case, but definitely motion sickness is coming from some experience in your life which has made you go through that motion one. So my own brother's wife had the motion sickness issue. I did her inner child healing and even one more process. So she is now completely all right. She can now travel even by a boat. Generally, motion sickness boat, which means like a steamer or a boat, she would just be no. But she has been healed by that, yes. Yeah, I know. My wife was completely no for a road trip, but now we even went 400 kilometers to one place and came back. So it was a good 6, 7, I think 8 hour journey, and she had no problems. So these things do work here. OCD, yes. Procrastination. So procrastination is not a disease. Basically OCD and procrastination is not a disease. It is just because someone has maybe, someone authoritative has made it life so difficult for you that you want to see that nobody should be able to pinpoint anything. So you are so emotional that nobody should find fault with you. You want to please everybody. So that's a problem. Because of that, you get into OCD and that other thing which you mentioned, Momita ji. Yeah, You can unmute yourself if you want to, if you're comfortable with that. Anybody else has anything?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I will just take you through some 10 words. Yeah. How do we come out of emotional people pleasing then? How can we be aware? Now, Payal Shangaviji, I'm sorry I was not able to understand your question. I was not able to understand. Can you come on the call on the?
We talked about that people who are more emotional tend to do into more people pleasing. So ideally, how do we become more aware of it so that we also have a strong boundaries and make sure that maybe we are not
Good thing. Good thing you raised this boundaries matter. So okay. So the process. See what happens. I'll tell you. You are carrying these suffocating energies inside you, which is why you're carrying all those expectations of people around you. And somewhere you also attract these kind of people. Now, I will talk about one more thing which was left out. Thanks to your awareness, I was able to pinpoint that. We have something called a bubble boundary around us. So if you know, people. Yeah, sorry, you're saying so.
I said correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have this bubble boundary around us. Like when a person like maybe a fighter, he goes to the field. Earlier they would put all those suits so that anybody putting even a sword, you will not get hit. Nowadays, of course, it's more sniper and so easy to hit anybody. So that's a different thing. But even we as human beings carry these bubble boundaries around us. So that bubble boundary are the triggers or things which are affecting you. So the moment you write down anything which is there in your bubble boundaries. So Payalji, when we clear your cellular memory, we are clearing this from your awareness, from your subconscious and unconscious mind also. Plus, the meditation for that 1 month will also take care of it in the habit energies.
Okay.
So as Somaji rightly said, she has already taken it last year, and she is already saying that even that anger which comes earlier, it would be there for days. Now within 5 minutes, she is able to detach and go to the other world. So I'm not saying that anger will not come, because that there I'll be fooling you, right? So you're in the 3D world. There are people who will try to create problems for you, but then are you getting involved in their drama or detaching from them is your smart work. That's it. And this modality makes you smart not to attach to any negative words. Plus, I have these various various groups on the platforms. Anita Gavriji has been there with me for the last 2.5, 3 years now. So we have a very, very beautiful network of, I would say we are a beautiful large family. So even Anjali ji is a part of our family. So we kind of take each other forward, and anybody talks negative, I'm sorry, I'm a bit, I kind of correct you always. Don't use that word, use this word. Don't use that word, use this word. So you are becoming more positive and more constructive minded than destructive minded in yourself when you go through these processes. And even the processes. So basically what happens is, as I said, we release the negative, and the good memories, the good things will remain. The negative will be released. The positive, which is the divine energies, will be pumped into you. So you are becoming, in fact, a lot of people after the reading themselves identified that they started glowing. And this is within 1 hour, 1.5 hours of reading. They start glowing. Imagine the kind of change which they felt. A lot of ladies, I can tell you with a lot of responsibility here, a particular lady was carrying so much trauma, so much grief, so much, she was very, very overweight. Within 3 days, she lost 5 kgs. She didn't do any workout. She was doing the way just this release, which we did, release 5 kg from her body. This I'm telling you, these are live cases. And this is a lady from Sweden. She's still there. She's a part of my network still now. So these are the results which I'm telling you from my, not from my wish list, but from my physical and live readings. And these are all readings which I have done. I can share about too many things with you here, but like, for example, a person, a child who was an 8-year-old child. So basically right now that child is 32-year-old, 34-year now. So I did the child's clearing, the inner child healing. He is into weed because he is in USA. So he's into weed, and I would say a very, very, his grandfather was one of the topmost, in India, we have got this film industry, Bollywood, right? So his grandfather was one of the topmost heroes. I don't want to name them, of course. So this child was basically having various things. Now, somewhere when he was, so basically he is having weed. So when he was 8-year-old, that time, I saw that he was carrying some emotion as regards to his brother who was expected at that time. And then his brother, which was coming in the world, he told his mother that I don't want this brother. I don't want it. So there was an insecurity which developed into him. And at the age of 11, he became a drug addict. Now, 31 years he was when I was healing him. And now that is 34. He has reduced his, I would not say gone. So basically, he has started doing commercial activities and he started excelling in his work. Now he has made some, I think in USA, he's made some app for music, which was his passion at that time. So he started making constructive development in his life, which he was a complete vagabond, if I may use that word. He was a complete vagabond and kind of a person who was just, living on the streets half the time. Now he's living in his home, he's doing this work, and he's sorted. He's sorted. His life is mostly sorted. He even had a girlfriend. They had a fight recently. I think that is normal things which will happen because you're in the 3D world. So he'll come back. He'll come back to it. So that's how life is all about. Now I'll take you through one process to begin with. So there are two processes which I have in line. Shall we do that now? Great.
Yes.
So, okay, I will take
Yes.
the bigger one first. Yeah. Thank you. So let me take you through this. I'm creating sacred space around us, so to keep us safe. I manifest the foliage of light in the four corners of all the places of all the homes, even those people who will be listening to the recording. I call upon Lord Melchizedek, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Zadki to bring out the foliage of light. I call upon Mother Connie and Mother Mary, Goddess Sisters, and Durga Maya to bring out the foliage of light and maintaining the yin and yang energies of both the homes, of all the homes, of all the people here. I call upon Ganpati Bappa to bring out the subtle region of light. There is a canopy of white light over us and a sheet of white light below us, keeping us safe and secure. I call upon Saint Germain with his olive flame of transportation. All people there and all people in their home are and will keep burning olive flame. 50 minutes, all 6 sides till Monday night. All less than God energies will get transmuted into white light. Kali Mata, Bholenath, and Patanjali are there for our protection. We are on the lap of Mahata Babaji. The universe has us protected. Now, just focus in the last 2-3 days what we had the healing at 9 o'clock. Even those who did not attend, it's okay. Just focus on any one particular year, which according to you has been the most traumatic year. Even if you don't remember, there is no problem. This healing energy is so smart. It will pick up. No, I'm just saying this healing process will help only 1 year. So, biology, definitely the whole healing process can be cleared. So the worst one is what this energy will pick up. So if you are aware, good. If you're not aware, no problem. The energy will pick it up. And I will do a thorough healing process for you. So just close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in peace. Breathe out all the chaos, all the confusions. Breathe in abundance. Breathe out all the obstacles, all the rigidities. Breathe in unconditional love for self. Breathe out unconditional love for others. You are filled with a lot of peace. And now I'm filling you with Samuel's, Archangel Samuel's pink light, or the unconditional love. From head to toe and in your aura, which is 10 feet on all 6 sides, you are filled with the pink light, the unconditional love. Now, with this awareness, just keep peaceful and calm. In your mind, just say the following in your mind. My inner child, my dear inner child, please come to me. And as you are there, from within you comes out an image of you in a smaller version, a child who you can relate to, because you are the child. But this is the child which has been not looked after, gone through so much pain, so much trauma, so much sorrow, that as your inner child is standing in front of you, you're feeling all the energies which the child is carrying within himself or herself. Feel the energies. You will find the emotions coming up from within you. All that you have gone through will revolve around your mind, body, and soul. And you can feel the pain the child is feeling right now. Feel it. And just see which is the most, ask your inner child, which is the most painful, traumatic year of your life. You may see a number, you may not see a number, maybe because you're emotional, very emotional. Not to worry. Just call your inner child to embrace you. Embrace your inner child. Hug your inner child. And feel the energies of your inner child. And I call upon now the cellular memory of that particular year for which you need or you're clearing yourself for. I am now drawing the symbol. I'm calling upon the cellular memory for each and every one of you, even those who will be listening to the recording. And I can already feel a lot of emotions. It's like a roller coaster, avalanche, tsunami, all put together. So much of energies. I can even feel my head getting heavy right away. With this, I'm drawing the symbol and sending the symbol to the cellular memory of that particular year of yours, which is the most painful and the most traumatic of your years. One, right now, clearing everybody's cellular memory for that painful year, that traumatic year. And that symbol is clearing from each and every of your 60 to 84 trillion cells. You can feel the moment, you can feel the clearings happening from head to toe and around you. All at the same time, maybe some buzzing of energies, as if you're sitting on a vibrator or God knows what. As if you're sitting in a the old diesel car. Completely, my hands are vibrating as if, I put it on some diesel generator. Wow, releasing everything. I'm releasing the trauma of that one particular year, of the most traumatic year of your life. And like a vacuum cleaner, it's just getting cleared. And I'm releasing a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of bitterness, a lot of overthinking, a lot of worry, a lot of bitterness again, sorrow, joy, which has just taken away all the joy, pain, too much of pain, too much of trauma, physical and emotional trauma, all of it being released. And my hands are just getting more and more vibrating, more and more vibrating, more and more vibrating. And you will release this from your mind, body, and soul, from your body, from your aura, from every cell of your body, from head to toe, releasing it. What's in the block is the burning violet flame. We have already burned the violet flame in the sacred space. And every release will not bother you anymore. It will get transmuted into white light. Wow, superb. Everything is now getting slowly normal, clear, and fine. Just feel the energies within you now. Feel your inner child giving you that smile which was missing all this time, that yes, something is happening, something is releasing. And feel the tears of joy coming through you and the child as it is feeling the pain just moving out. And wow, the pain for this traumatic and most painful year of your life is completely gone. Completely gone. Now, as this pain has been released, I call upon the archangels and I send the green, white, turquoise, the blue violet and pink light, the green healing energy, white purification, cleansing, peace, turquoise for intuitive awareness, blue for shielding and tranquility, violet for forgiveness, and pink for unconditional love. Filling you where we released all that trauma and everything. Just feel the gaps being filled by this lovely energy, and somewhere you'll have a surge of energy within you. Feel that as if you'll feel like dancing for a moment. You'll feel a bit lighter or a lot lighter, depending on how you react. The green, white, turquoise, the blue, violet, and pink light is completely filling you up wherever the void was created. Now, Lord Metatron is going to give you clarity of thought and vision, and Lord Melchizedek will fill you with the courage so that you can face your fears. And you can suddenly look up to that fear which was bothering you and say, I am powerful. Feel this as you say this in your mind. I am powerful and I deserve abundance. And as you say this, the cellular memory for that one particular year is burning in the violet flame and transmutating any less than God energies and transmutating them into white light. And now I integrate your energy body into your physical body. Your body elemental is making a note of all the changes of the cords cutting done. Integrate, integrate, integrate. Your DNA is changing accordingly and being altered accordingly. And you can feel the cosmic energy integrating into your physical energy as it settles down. Feel the energies, feel the change inside you. And as and when you want to come out of it, only when you want to come out of it, you can rub your palms, collect the energies in your heart chakra first, and then in your eyes, and open your eyes to an healed version of you, empowered version of you. And come out of this, you can have water. This is a draining exercise. First, you should have water. Thank you, Mitaji. Thank you, Deepaji. Hi, Yati, you're traveling? You're traveling, right? Okay. Hi, thank you, Tarun Kamalkorji. Haji, Yati. Your, your, your voice is not coming. Thank you, Krishna Priyaji. Thank you, Kavita ji.
Can I speak?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So I had
Thank
fallen
you,
3, 4.
Alok. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Please tell me.
I was clearing the ear when I fell in the bathroom and I had compressed fracture. Because what had happened is, because my back was so painful, my husband would not let me go anywhere. If he's there, he will take me, but alone I'm not supposed to leave the house.
Right.
So now what, he's in the hospital.
Ah,
So for my younger daughter, I have to
yes.
go and leave her to office. So he
Yeah.
says, yeah, you go and leave, I'll pick her up. That also 50-50. He would not let me come to the hospital because auto, you'll have to come by auto and go by auto. I don't want you to travel and your back is going to hurt you. So what happened in these 3-4 days, my back was really hurting because auto jump, no, and the roads are not very good. And now when we were sitting and you were doing the healing, I say, I'll do this healing only. So at least I can tell him this ear is clear. Now my back is not paining.
Oh, wow.
So because it makes me so helpless, because when he's saying it, I know it's a fact, my back pains. So I don't want to injure myself more so that
Superb.
he's worried about his mother, then he has to worry about me also.
So now
I
it is
say, okay,
gone.
Baba.
Now it is gone.
It is gone. The pain
Superb.
has gone.
Just tell him it's gone.
I will tell him.
Superb. Yeah. Yati, I saw your message. You couldn't go for the marriage, is it? Okay. All in divine timing. Very powerful. I was shaking and feeling so. Yeah. Thank you, Thelma. Anybody wants to share? Yeah. Yeah. Tell me, Niyati ji.
Hello, everyone. My heart is so filled with the healing, and I feel so secured somehow. So when I started the healing, I was in a different shape, and while at the end, it was totally 180-degree change.
Wow.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sangeeta ji. Yeah, Anjali ji and Niyati ji, thanks for sharing this. Anybody else would like to share? Bindu ji, okay, great. So thighs and also basically a lot of predominantly a lot of neurological imbalances, which is overthinking being released. Bindu ji, for you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bita ji.
I just needed to say something.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll start from the place where I started meditating.
Yeah,
Calling
Rosnil,
my
just a
inner
moment.
child.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Rosnil, yes, there is a recording. I will send my mobile number on the chat. You need to send me a message and I will be able to send the recording to you. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, Mita ji, sorry.
Yeah. So in the start, when I meditated, I could just feel some warmth from above my heart chakra.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
above your heart chakra. Okay.
Yeah. I was not really sure whether what I'm feeling is the truth.
Yeah.
So,
that happens. Don't worry.
Yeah. I did not really believe it. Again, after some time, I did. Then I felt some pink light.
Okay.
And yeah, some sort of mountain rising, pink mountain rising from a lotus. Again, I did not believe it. Whatever it is, I do not know.
Wow.
And then today, again, I did. And again, the thing that I felt was warmth.
Wow.
And it is there till now.
Superb. Very good. So finally, you have to believe now, right? You have no option.
Yeah, very much, very much. And this warmth has not left me yet.
Yes.
And right now, when we were doing the healing, that time, for moments, I got a very strong pain in the back, lower back.
Right.
The
strong pain in the lower back is predominantly towards a lot of responsibilities. So we take a lot of responsibilities. So that kind of weighs on our back. And that has a bearing on that. So that's fine. You're releasing the responsibility. It's fine. The pain of the responsibility, you can say that. I've just mentioned my number on the chat in case anybody can note. You can note. I'll keep adding it in between. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Mitaji.
Yeah, that's it. So, like, emotionally, I have always felt captivated.
Yeah, I can make
So
out from your
somehow I'm
throat
looking
also.
forward.
I can make out from your throat also.
Okay.
So from your throat, when you speak, I can make out the pain from the throat itself. So that much I
So
can. But
Yeah.
we are here with solutions, so don't worry. You come with me
Yeah.
with any problem, I can always find a solution. So do not worry. I am a solution-oriented healer. That much Mahata Babaji has like put a stamp on my head somewhere. I don't know. I cannot show it to you, but he's put a stamp somewhere on my mind saying that you are a solution-oriented healer. So anybody coming to you, you should find solutions, and that is what I do.
So definitely looking forward to more sessions and
Thank
things.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, Janish. Janish ji.
Yes, sir. So during the healing process, I felt so I was getting a little bit emotional. In my eyes, I had tears, and after some time, I had feeling of disgust. I don't know why.
Disgust. Okay.
Yes.
My mobile number I have again put on the chat. You can just have a note at it, please. Yeah, Janish.
And then after some time, I felt little bit lighter from inside, but I always had a stomach pain. In last 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
I'm feeling like always I had stomach pain without any disease. I'm young, I'm energetic, everything. But still I had this. So
have you listened to the last? Sorry. My mistake. Sorry. Please go ahead.
No, so I mean it's in some way it's helping me.
Yes, it is always helping you, don't worry. So last 2-3 days we had this 9 o'clock healing. So were you part of that?
Yesterday I was part of it.
So don't worry. So your body was already ready for this healing before you even got onto board. So that also happens. Don't worry. So we are all part of the same family. Yeah, Momita ji. So I hope everybody is noted down my mobile number. I hope everybody is noted down my mobile number. Whoever is wanting, please, right? Did you get it? The mobile number is there on the chat. Thank you. There is. Yeah, thanks, Ruchika ji. Yeah, Momita ji.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you
Namaste, Deepak ji. And for this session that you started, I was trying to think of that particular year. I remembered it, the year number, but the events that had pained me, that I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I went into like a transform, listening to your voice, and certain times I opened my eyes also, but in a like very drowsy way. But the need to mention that since 2 days back, I had a sprain on my right leg. It's difficult to sit, sitting position. I used to feel the pain.
Wow.
Now I was feeling it now also during the starting of the session, but after the session got over, I didn't think of it also. I thought that the pain is still there, and I started moving my leg, and strangely I tried to believe whether it is true, but it is the pain is gone. I mean, the pain is gone in the sense I was trying to recollect whether the pain was there in this position, and still it's not there. So I thought that it's like maybe I'm dreaming or I'm still in a trance or something.
So that's fine.
But
That's
now
fine.
it's true that a little lighter and a body pain has just vanished. It feels.
Yeah.
So
welcome.
it has a like subtle effect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then
welcome
grateful for that session.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of miracles.
I have the faith that whatever pain has our trauma has caused, that will also grow.
Yes. So basically, welcome to the world of miracles, which is what we follow here. So welcome to the world of miracles, Momita ji.
Thank you. I have heard of healing, energy healing since like 2-3 years back. Trying to follow it and all, but never felt it myself truly. So that was amazing. Thank you.
So you can just switch off your camera. Maybe your wavelength is low, so sound will be coming proper then. You can just switch off the camera. But we understood every word of you. I think your emotion was more important than the words here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the traumatic experience I went through before. So I have real faith that gradually it will heal.
100%, 100%. There is no option. I will say that there is no option for the pain to go. It has to go.
Yes.
So it's something like it's something like we have this pest control, right? For these cockroaches. So this is something like it is releasing the cockroaches of your body completely out. Yeah.
Yes, truly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Varsha ji. Varsha ji, are you there? Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the healing, for the beautiful session.
Thank
I
you.
would like to share, for the last 3 days, I was experiencing a bad backache when I was receiving the healing. But today it wasn't there, absolutely wasn't there.
Wow.
During the session, I could, there were memories of my teenage, the entire teenage, like from 13 to 20th of that phase.
Wow.
And
Okay.
and suddenly I thought that something was removed from my stomach, and I felt that my stomach was getting empty, and it started contracting as if I was losing something from the stomach area, and I just bursted out into tears. And this happened today, not for the last 3 days.
Oh,
And
anger.
now I'm feeling quite,
Lot of anger.
quite like
Lot of anger released. Lot of anger
maybe.
released. Anger and shock. I think you have gone through some trauma. Don't share it on the group. Maybe just some trauma and some anger released from there, which is
Yes,
what
I
I
have
can.
gone through a lot of 2 to 3 kind of a traumas.
Yeah.
Those were really heartbreaking.
Yeah. So don't worry. Now you break their heart. You are strong now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ruchika ji.
Sir, namaste. What a
Namaste.
beautiful session.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I filled so many sheets writing what you were sharing. It was so enlightening.
Thank you.
So I have a question here, which is regarding this concept of inner child healing.
Yeah.
So, there is a saying also कि सब में एक बच्चा होता है.
Yeah.
Even at whatever age we are, we still have that child in us.
Yes.
So are we talking about also healing that child within us?
Of course.
है ना?
That is
ये नहीं
why.
कि हम सिर्फ
No.
ये नहीं कि हम सिर्फ अपने टीनेज इयर्स और पहले के इयर्स को ही कर रहे हैं. It is about what we are feeling hurt about even now today.
No. Which is where good thing you mentioned to me again. I said from 56th running year, I'm healing myself.
Yes.
So I have healed even people who are 84-year-old, 86-year-old. From their 86th year going down to each year.
Yes.
And
so
going to the womb and clearing the womb again, going to the 86th year. So definitely, it's not that we are only healing the child, we are healing ourselves from each year.
So, but what if there are no childhood traumatic experiences, but you only experience it, once you're married or something like that?
So wo bhi hota hai na. This is where I'm saying. See, good thing you brought this up again. From 5 to 7 to 14 is what I told is the psychology people put it at that. But my own finding was that each year which we live, we have carried trauma.
Yes.
So from your current living year, which is your maybe whatever it is, in my case it is 56, even 83, 84-year-old, whatever is your age. From your current running age, we take it down to the first year and also heal your mother's womb so that nothing of that. Someone, I think someone mentioned to me about some past life details also coming. So we take care of that also. So your blueprint, which is for this year, will remain your blueprint for this year, which you have identified, not your free will you'll be carrying. So definitely it's not the inner child only. Which is why I have written, I have added trauma busting inner child healing system. So it's a system. It's not that inner child healing only. It is a complete system which basically brings you on a even scale. So it's for example, if it is today 56-year-old going through each year, clearing it to the first year, and then bringing it to the current year. So you are abundant in life.
Yes.
In fact, I will share some incident here, one particular case which I need to share. There was this lady who was 53-year-old that time. Now she's 57-year-old. So this lady was carrying a lot of trauma from her childhood. A lot of trauma she was carrying from her childhood. She was so bad in her emotional handling, so much of trauma, so much of, so basically self-destructive. You say anything, it is there. So this lady was carrying that emotion, and every year, twice every year, so every month she would either go into a hospital. So every year, 10 to 11 times she will be in a hospital. Because of what? Because of shock, because of trauma, because of various, I don't know, the moment you even tell her that, Jayashree, what did you do? So she'll just go into self-beating. She will start hitting herself. She'll end up in the hospital. So if a simple word like, what are you doing? What have you done? So for that, she would end up in the hospital 10 to 11 times in a year. Every month, sort of, you can say. You know where it was coming from? I took her down every year, trauma. Every year I was reading so much. My hands were like, paining, as if, balm. I have to put some muscle relaxant on the hand. So much pain was there because of releasing each trauma. Where the problem was, this mother tried to abort her 3 times when she was carrying. 3 times she tried to abort her. And I told her this, your mother tried to abort you. And her mother did not tell her this. So she said, no way, Mama cannot be like this. But I said, I am not here to judge or anything. You just release, no? What is the problem? Just release it. Don't think about that. In fact, 3 days after that, she called me with her mother on call. And her mother admitted to her that she had tried to abort her 3 times. So she used to feel useless. So this is coming from that year, but solidifying each year, till that 53. Now, she was not working at that time when she was 53. Now she is a professor in an engineering college, one of the premier institutes in Mumbai. She was very well educated, but she was not working. Now she's working for the last 3 years. And she started earning, she started having her own bank account. Otherwise, her husband used to take everything into his account. She makes a lot of these soaps out of, just hobby. She would make these, like even a glass, look like a glass, some soap, whatever, different kind of soaps which she would make. But now another best part, she has started counseling people who are depressed. So, the change, role reversal, 180-degree change after one healing session. So, I'm very proud about her. I did want to mention her. Thank you for bringing this up. So, she is a complete 180-degree change. She herself takes care of depressed patients and she counsels them, makes them come out. And she does that as a voluntary, for an NGO which she's working for. So that is how her life changed. So I want everybody to live life queen size or king size, which is why my whole process is. So I'll just quickly take you through. There are no packages here because this is not a structured program as such. There are only 2 sessions, rather 2 things. One is a reading, which is about an hour or an hour and a half reading of an hour or an hour and a half. So 1 hour, 30 minutes maximum it takes. So generally 1 hour I finish. Even if it extends to 1 hour, 30 minutes, I do not crib about it because I feel that we have made the clock. The clock had not made us. So I give value to healing the complete person rather than, oh, my 60 minutes is over, tata, bye-bye, see you. No, that's not how I work. In fact, Anjali ji, Anita ji, all these people have been associated with. Chandan is there, Yati is there. I can see only this many people here on the first screen. So all these people, they know that even at 12 o'clock in the night, if they have anything to ask for, I'm there for them. So don't worry. only thing, I should not be sleeping. Or if I'm in a session, I will tell you that I'll come revert back to you, or something like that. So it's not that, once your healing is over, who are you? I'm nobody for you. Nothing like that. In fact, the moment you come to me first, our relationship starts. So that reading which I do for you, that reading is for 1.5 hours. Yeah. So that for 1.5 hours, and that I charge 7,000 rupees. 7,000 Indian rupees I charge. For US, it's about $110. USD, it is $110. 7,000 rupees is the charge per reading. And as I said, 1 hour, 30 minutes is no problem. So that is for a reading, not only reading come healing, the whole system. Along with the audio. I don't say that audio I'll charge separate. No, audio is also given with this same $110 or Indian rupees 7,000. Thanks, Madhuriji. I know, thanks for your support always. And the process of the practitioner's course, which is the Trauma Busting Innerchild Healing System practitioner's course, which is there tomorrow and day after tomorrow. That these 2 days, it is for the US time, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. India time. So accordingly, for the US, it works more. And then there is another class on 24th and 25th of February. That will be for 12 to 6 p.m. India time. For that, the energy exchange for that is 24,999 to 24,999 or USD 333. So these are the only 2 programs which I run. One is the reading come healing process, the whole thing where your whole life gets cleared. Why I suggest the practitioner's course, so that even in the future, like for example, you have done it today, you can do it every month for the month which has gone by. For example, I'm just telling you, 2022, my pet daughter, Angel, she passed away. So I know I had gone through a lot of trauma. In fact, 3 days I was in mourning. So I mourned properly. I didn't do any other work. And you know what? On the 5th day, I had a call on Mystic Lotus. So I didn't know whether I'll be able to do it or not. On the 4th day, when I just came out of the morning, I just looked at my child's photo and she said that you can do it. And I did it. So one thing that time came to my awareness is that she filled me with unconditional love. Why should I send her grief? I will send my child unconditional love. And that is so after that, my wife, myself, my child, my son, I cleared everything. Yes, Shilpiji, it is for 2 days and 12 hours. So 6 hours each day, 12 to 6 for 24th and 25th India time, and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. without any break. If it is break, then 11 p.m. India time, which is tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And the energy exchange for that is 24,999 or USD 333. So I'll again put my mobile number here. If you can just, anybody has any questions around that, you can contact me on the mobile number. It's a WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp, Telegram, both the IDs are there with me. Even Signal I had downloaded for some 2-3 clients from USA, because some people prefer that. So Signal, WhatsApp, Telegram, all are there with me. You can contact me anytime. Even an SMS is fine. You can send me. So I'll respond to you definitely ASAP. Now, any other thing which I will just talk about, any other thing which is coming to your awareness? Anybody wants to share anything? So I will do now one more process, as I said. Now, what is this? I'll share with you. We have, as I said, 60 to 84 trillion cells in our body. In that, if I say some word, as I spoke about triggers, I told you that the bubble boundaries which we have, you just note down those triggers which you have identified, which will make your life easy, even in the course, even in the healing process. So what happens when I say these words out loud, you will feel some vibrations in your body, which will give you some awareness. Now, there are 6 types of intuitive awarenesses or clairs. Clairvoyant is the one where you can see. That is, a lot of people say, I'm a clairvoyant. And the problem is, people who are not clairvoyant start seeing. And the problem they face, I cannot see. So they just give up, saying that maybe I'm not, I'm not the types, those types. Some people kind of typecast themselves, I'm not that type, So it's not that if you cannot see, doesn't mean that you're not clear. So clairvoyant is the ability to see. Santient is your feeling, the body vibrations which you get. That is santient, and that is the best one to have. So your body will have vibration, some feeling in the some twitching, some pain in the head or something. That's a santient. Then there is a clairaudient, where you can listen, to the soul's choice or whatever. The answer, everything will come through the. There is one more called claircognizant, where you just get to know that this is the answer. The claircognizance, you're having a cognizance of that answer. Then there is clairalliance. Clairalliance is the smell. So it is the, by smell you come to know the answer. This is also happens a lot. Then there is clairgustance. Clairgustance is basically, you will find bitterness sometimes. If there is a negative energy around you, you will smell bad energies, something like that. Or if some good energy is around you, you will start feeling some good fragrance coming to you. So clairgustance is the ability to taste clair. So that is one. So these are the 6 clairs. You can reach out to me anytime. As I mentioned, the mobile number is there on the chat. Anybody wants, you can note that down and reach out to me. Now I will take you through one small more process. And maybe after that, we will do a physical healing for 3 people. And then we'll wind out for the day today. So I'll just close your eyes and take your awareness. You have already peaceful and calm. Take your awareness to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the center of the body. And makes you balanced, peaceful and calm. Your heart chakra is very peaceful and calm. Now, as you are more peaceful, calm and relaxed, I am going to say 10 words. Just feel the effects of those 10 words on your body. It will give you some awareness about the trigger, maybe, if it is there. Otherwise, let it pass. Don't get attached to any word here. So just be peaceful and calm. I'm saying the first word. Sexual trauma. Feel whatever changes are there, whatever feelings come to you. Second word, bullying. Third word, community violence. Fourth word, disasters. Fifth word, early childhood trauma or physical abuse. Sixth word, intimate partner violence or domestic violence? Seventh word, medical trauma. Eighth word, refugee trauma. Ninth word, sex trafficking. And the last word, which is very evident of late. The 10th word is terrorism and violence. Just collect, just see inside you and around you and feel the changes. Just feel whatever you have felt is your inner feeling, your inner conscious, subconscious. And you can open your eyes and share your experiences or be aware of the triggers around you. Like this, many words you can, as you look around, as you see TV or whatever, you can find out. Josie has just sent you the number with the country code. You can just send it on the chat.
So these triggers are so strong with me that I don't watch news.
I know
But
that.
communal violence and these wars do give me a lot of jitters.
Jitters, yes.
And so, sometimes they are the only news that comes. So I think it's been many years where
Yes.
don't see the news.
News, yeah.
So my husband always tells me, "You're stupid or what?" I say, "But you tell me no, so it's okay." So he keeps, if any particular topic is there, and I'll ask him. So
Yeah.
he is like, "Oh, don't ask." He's like, he can tell any news. So I said, "But you tell me in short, no, I am satisfied."
So this is where I was saying that this is where I was trying to say that the moment you run away from a situation, this is the fears. So the moment you face your fears, it will stop bothering you. As simple
Yeah,
as that.
sir, this terrorism, when this attack happened, and I was staying in a place where I could see the Taj also, and the Oberoi
Wow.
also, and the fumes and all, and so
I
many
know.
people dying, it really broke my heart.
Exactly. Then definitely the trauma, once you clear from this process, you will release all these fears. My
Yeah.
own sister, she was in that same 2008, she was at CST, VT station, when this guy was killing everybody.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
she basically, there was a handcart puller. That handcart puller was killed, and this, my sister just went below the handcart to save
Okay, okay.
herself. And she saw those people moving out, and that handcart person was literally on top of her on the handcart. So she had a lot of trauma also. I helped her release that trauma during my
Although that way I'm a
intervention.
little bold because of my family history, but
Yeah.
somehow they do, because my grandfather, my uncles were in World War II. So
Yeah.
I've heard so many things. But still, whenever you hear all these things, no, it disturbs me.
No more. No more. I always say no more. You are
Correct.
powerful, you are strong. No more.
No more, sir.
I believe me, when I sat, so basically the whole month of January for me was very painful. I had a painful thigh, a painful this thing, my back, because of COVID. We had to take these vaccines because we had to travel, so it was not allowed. So my doctor told me that my bones had got brittle. So my back had a spasm, and one of the nerves got pressed. But the whole month of January, I did not rest. I went, even if I was struggling with my pain, I went for my daily evening walk at 6, 7 kilometers, which I walked. I used to take 1.5, 2 hours for the same period, but I went. This helped me. Now today in fact, yesterday and today I'm feeling much better. That pain has gone completely away. Now that numbness which was there for the last 10, 15 days is also just 5% remaining. It is just, basically 4 days back I decided, I knew it was a karmic situation. So I did not force it. I let it die down. 3 days back, I started healing myself. I didn't ask for healing from anybody in any group. You know that, right? So I didn't ask for healing anybody because I knew this is a karmic thing which is happening with me. In fact, it helped me to clear a 25-year-old problem which I had in the back. You know that. So somewhere, anything bad happening will come out with some good results. So you just have to be aware of it and have faith in yourself. More than the doctor, more than anybody else, the masters will definitely help you if you help yourself, if you have faith in yourself.
Sir,
My
you mean
only
to say
request
I keep falling?
is have faith in yourself. Nothing will go wrong.
No, this all my years I have gone falling. Means from the college stays I used to fall, at the station I used to fall, on the road I used to fall. Finally, I broke my arm, I broken my leg, I broke my spine,
All
and they
that is
were
in the
all.
past. All that
So,
is in the
no, what
past.
I mean to say,
Yeah.
are they also karmic?
Of course, there will be something.
Okay.
I don't look at it because I just get an intuitive awareness, and so basically whenever there is a problem in my life, you know, when you have a powder, if you have a powder and you're putting, like, let's say you're putting it in water or even sugar, you have to stir it, right? Even for it to become sweet. So likewise, something will come and stir up your life to make it more sweeter. So don't worry, all the changes are in your alignment. You are only getting worried because you're too scared about things. Let things work out. Don't get hyper. Don't get in the victimhood. Be aware that whatever is happening for your highest good. Trust yourself. Have full faith in yourself. And to hell with fear. Fear is my friend, not my foe. Think of that for a moment and just breathe that in. Let it become a part of you. Fear is my friend, not my foe. That one statement can help you, I think, take care of 90% of your challenges. This is my...
I teach my children the same, but for myself, I don't know what happens.
It's okay. That's all in the past. As I said, gone is gone. You cannot change that. You focus on the now and tomorrow. Now will make your tomorrow. So focus on now. I'm breathing now. I did whatever I did in the past. What I will do in the future is at a future date. Right now, focus on the now and just clear whatever is coming up. Don't get scared. Everything will work out. What happens in a mudsling? If you are in that daldal, what do you say? Quicksand, right? If you are in a quicksand, if you try to pull yourself out, you'll get more sucked into it. The more you use your conscious awareness, more you will be easily coming out of it. Otherwise, you'll get sucked into it. Simple as that. That's how the challenges of life are. Think peacefully, think calm, and nothing will stop you in your tracks. Everything is to help you become better. Like even a diamond has to go through a lot of burning, I don't know what to call that, but diamond has to burn to become a diamond. Otherwise, will you give any money for that stone which comes out from the mine? Not possible. You'll say, what is this? You want something sparkling. Then that diamond has to go through a process which we go through to become what we become. That is where Mahavtar Babaji has reached, because he's become a light being. He's become energy now, helping us all, because he has also gone through a lot of challenges. It's not easy. We know even in Indian culture, Lord Ram has had to go through so much of challenges. But that's how life is all about. Even when you come on the on the life, you have to go through karma. Don't look at karma as a life imprisonment. Karma is something where you learn a lesson graciously, live in gratitude, love yourself, love everybody around you. Don't do anything bad for anybody. Your karma will just get settled. cleared. Don't worry. As I said, release trauma of decades in minutes. That's what I do, and that's what had happened to me. I will share before we leave for the day. When I did my first clearing with this process, it took me 1.5 hours. And that 1.5 hours, I was burping acid. It was total acid coming out from me. But that clearing, so before that, I had 2 more processes which I was already doing. This clearing, what happened, it just opened up floodgates in terms of energies, in terms of my abundance, in terms of living like king size, queen size, no fears. Go head on. That's how life is all about. Abundance starts with the way you think. Abundance is not a destination. Start thinking abundantly and you will reach your destination abundantly. With that, a lot of love and light. Anybody has to say anything, please tell me. I will just put my number on this thing. As I said, I'll just Riku 3332. I'll just Riku the only 2 processes which I have. One is the reading, which we have for 1.5 hours, 7,000 Indian rupees or $110. And 24,999 is the practitioner's course for 2 days, 12 hours. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and then on 24th and 25th February, 24,999 or 333 USD, whichever is applicable to you. Anybody has anything to share? If you want. Great. So, yeah. Anybody else? I heard someone saying something. No. Okay. So, thank you so much, everybody. Please reach out to me on my mobile number. It's there on the chat right now if you want to note it. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you over. Thank you for spending time with me the whole week. It was a real pleasure. And I'm sure I'll have these more regularly. Please keep on the group if you are there on the group already of that free healing which was there. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, understood. I got your message. Thank you. So, thank you. And anybody needs any recording or anything, you reach out to me on the WhatsApp. I think I received some messages from, I think, Josie or someone. So that is already there on the WhatsApp. So anybody needs the recording, just let me know. I will send it to you, the link. Thank you. Have a great
Thank
week
you, sir.
ahead. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
remain on the
much.
group, be in touch, because I'm planning more free healings like this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank
Take care.
you.
हो गया
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Momita ji, Anjali ji, Sherilyn,
Thank you, sir. Lots and lots of
Hima,
love.
Sanya, Ruchi, Varsha ji, Alejandra, right? Right. Okay. Chandrasekhar ji, Sonali ji, Nitin, Sangeeta ji, Diksha, Mariam, Madhuri, Eileen, Yamini ji, Anand,
Thank you.
Lilia. Thank you. Vani, Christine, PS, Teresa, Kulvinder ji. Thank you. Samar.
Thank you, Deepak ji. Good night.
Thank you, Sonia ji. Good night.
Thank you,
Chandrasekhar
sir.
ji. Good night. Thank you, Hema ji, Christine, Anjana ji. Thank you, Kulvinder again. And Kailash ji, Shibani. Thank you. God bless all of you. Sangeeta ji, namaste. Thank you. God bless all of you and have a great weekend ahead. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.